what I've learned in my life is that there are different times that you have control or influence over different things. And the truth is, as you narrow down the decisions that you can make to affect or infect these different decisions, you get closer to who you are, and you realize that there's only a few things you really control. That's it. Like, you can control your time, like what you decide to put your time into. You can control your attitude, like how you'll respond to things. And that's about it. Like, everything else people will say can go back into those two things. What you choose to do with your time and how you choose to respond to things that happen in that time.
Right.
And when this thing happened to me, we were part of a mortgage company that I'd helped start. And with 2007, the mortgage world crashed, and we lost everything. My wife was at the gym, and her Escalade got repoed. Our home went into foreclosure, and it happened so quick in a short amount of time. As if people were around for the 2007 situation, the big banks were decaying from the inside, and so by the time it got to the surface, to the loan officers and to the mortgage companies like us, it was like immediate. Funds were already dried up. There was no bank to bail out. Government wasn't even involved. Like, it was over in a matter of a week, right? So I stayed on and paid people to keep guys around as long as I could. Mm-hmm. And I think that was the first decision I made that really helped people to know what kind of guy I was, where, you know, even our buddy or our boy Al was there, and I made decisions to make sure that my people that had come on and worked with me and were there because I asked them to, I made sure that even when we didn't get paid as a company, we still paid them out on deals they had in the pipe. Mm-hmm. At my demise, to where we lost everything. When I say everything, I had no money. Every credit card was maxed, negative $150,000 on credit cards. And foreclosure on my name. We were looking at filing a bankruptcy, and I had no source of income, and again, in a week's time. So I remember thinking, okay, what can I do? And it was almost fight or flight.
Right.
Like, how do I go get money to pay and put food on the table for my kids? And I always kept a good face and always told people we were doing stuff, but I remember just thinking, like, my wife was looking on KSL for because my friend, Casey Boss, shout out to Casey, he allowed me to come and live in his basement with my two kids. So we were living in Casey's basement at the time, mm-hmm. and my wife was going through KSL to try and find, like, I think it was like a dresser or something that we could put our stuff in. And I was like, wait, are people selling stuff on? Like, I got this epiphany, like, I've got stuff at the old house that's not really. And I'm like, I can go get the fridge, the oven, the water heater, the light bulbs, anything that's not. And again, that made people like, well, that's not ethical. What you have to remember is that the bank was foreclosing on the home, and I actually had it for a short sale. Like, had a short sale signed. The bank declined the short sale, which was, they were only taking a $15,000 haircut on the short sale, and they denied it. So then the guy went away, and then all of a sudden we couldn't pay, and now they're taking a foreclosure, and now they're going to go lose on $1 million home $500,000. Right. So I'm like, screw you, bank. Like, no one even knows my situation. You're talking about a $7 an hour employee who's just clicking a button on a computer, and I just lost my home. Yeah, I'm gonna get my light bulbs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so we went back in, we snuck in. They didn't change the garage code yet, obviously. So I punched the code in the garage, went in my truck. We loaded up everything we could. I had one of those long and duct tape. We undid every light bulb in the house, and we sold it on like an eBay type software called KSL in Utah. And it gave us enough money to help hold me over till the next thing that popped up, which was going back and selling door to door. And so I think that moment helped provide pressure enough to say, what are you going to do? Are you going to take and get blame and wallow? And that started to happen. Right. I started to feel like the victim. Like, I didn't have anything to do with this.
Right.
Like I was the good guy.
Yep.
I was doing FHA loans. Like we were doing good A+ paper loans. Like, and I caught myself in it, and I'm like, it doesn't even matter who's listening to you, bitch. No one cares.
Right.
No one. Like, it's not going to change. Even if they did, it's not going to change what's happening. The only thing that you can affect is what are you doing with your time right now, and how you going to respond to it. How you going to feel about it. And I remember I was looking